gonna do our show recap.
Yeah, we are almost 9 hours away from Denver. Dan went home last night, as you saw his recap at this point, probably, depending on how this is edited together.
Probably.
If it's chronologically. Oh, I wonder if we can get all these windmills in there. Katie.
Okay, alright, hold on.
There's so many.
Look how many there are, guys. And there's even more that you can't see.
Yeah, you can't even believe how many we've been seeing for the past many hours.
It really sprouted up.
Maybe you can't even really,
I know.
Maybe
I'm
you
like,
can't even see them, but there are tons of these fuckers.
Wow. In the camera, you really can't. Oh, maybe Katie has a better view of it.
there we go. There. Oh.
Oh, it's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, really zoomed in.
There they are.
Whoa, look at those windmills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Thank God one of us remembers what was going on.
We did it.
We did it. Okay. I forgot what I was doing. We would love to give you a recap and go sketch by sketch.
Would love to give that to you.
We would love to give that to you. Future me watching later.
And me.
And Connor.
And 20 other people.
And
maybe
20
Maddie.
other people that might include Maddie.
Eventually me.
Yeah.
I'm still working through DC.
Hey, I'm still catching up. It's okay.
Yeah.
Of course.
Excuse me, just burped.
Yeah. I had
Burp
such
game.
delusions of grandeur that I was gonna secretly watch all the vlogs this weekend, and then I would go to lay down at night, and I was like, I do love these people. I listen to them talk all day. And
Yeah,
as
you're
much
like,
as I
I've been
could
doing that
listen to
song.
it more, I think I should let my brain sleep.
Yeah. You're just
It's
laying there
insane,
like us
but
talking.
Whatever.
Yeah, I know. But this week, I'll see you guys on Saturday, and man, will I have so much to say about the vlogs.
I can't wait. Yeah, you have plenty of time to catch up.
Okay, so there we are in the salon waiting area, talking to Luke, that sweet boy from Days and Amuse.
You're so sweet.
And we had a great interaction with him. Then we go to like the green room where the AC wasn't working and it was hot.
God, it was so hot.
And we were talking with the Days and Amused girls, who were very nice and sweet too.
Yes.
And loved their show, which was after ours. But we were like, oh, we just met Luke, who's you're a hot cowboy for the show. And they were like, oh wait, he just texted us. I just met the group from Denver right before you. They're so nice.
It was so
very
cute.
sweet. Yeah, I'm like, oh, thank God he didn't fake it.
I know.
But then eventually our show starts and
I jump a sound cue immediately.
But
No,
before
that's
that,
not you.
But before that, we're like, you know, like there's this little hallway that we're waiting in, and
Oh yeah.
and we're like, we gotta like get all our shit ready for the show, and the group before us is like clearing out, but they are like 12 people.
It was
many of
they just
them.
kept coming. The way that they just started cutting through that hallway,
Yeah.
I was like,
It was one after the other.
it was like a clown car.
Yeah, we couldn't get in to start. And I was talking to Amantha from that team afterwards, and she was like, I love all of them, but we have too many people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, totally. And yeah, so like we're like trying to rush to get backstage to start, but they're like coming out, and then like we get there, like we're putting stuff down, we're like making sure it's ready to go, and like I can hear the show starting, like the 10 countdown, which thank God we have that.
I know.
But we're like, fuck, we gotta get on stage, and so just like the show kind of starts.
It started with a bang.
Yeah, and then you know Katie's out there, and the first sound cue didn't come right away. Tucker did a great job.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
talked a little bit last
great.
night, but like his first thing was just like the sound cue was supposed to start with lights up, and it took a couple seconds.
Yeah.
And then we're on stage thinking like, oh, that sound cue just isn't gonna happen.
I
And
really
then-
was like, exactly. That's exactly what I thought.
And then I think that's probably what you were thinking, Maddie.
Yeah.
And then Maddie comes out, and then the sound cue starts. So there's like a 15-second cue where
And because I'm supposed to like be sneaking and get caught,
Yeah.
so I had to just pretend like I couldn't figure out how doors worked,
I
and I had
know.
to just be like, "What? How do I get out of this
funny.
door?"
I'm like sitting there.
I'm so stuck.
I'm like sitting there waiting for the sound cue to end, and then I was like, oh, okay. In my peripherals, I see Maddie just like,
Yeah, same. I'm
Which was
peeking
good.
from behind my
Yeah.
newspaper. But yeah, then we did the sketch, and the first line did the worst it's ever done. Not
Yeah.
in like it didn't. I just don't know if they knew what was happening. Like
Yeah.
someone came up to me after the show and was like, the people here did not know about Nosferatu
Yeah.
or something. I was like, interesting. Wonder, did nobody see that movie? But
I know. It really was like, okay, people don't know about this. Because that was one of your best Nosferatu's you've ever done.
I decided since, well, it was, thank you. I decided that since the initial reveal didn't land like it usually does, that I got to go really hard with the accent.
Yes.
And a lot of people were like, great Orlok.
Yeah.
Great Orlok.
Which was a lot for me. I mean, it was really funny, but there was a moment where you were describing things really close to my face, and I was like,
Yeah.
lock her down, girlie, lock her down.
Yeah, which makes me go, I think Denver is gonna be the best one yet.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's gonna be the best Nosferatu, the best Orlok you've ever seen, the best Alan, and maybe
Yeah.
the best Richard. We're not sure, Maddie.
No, that's fine. No. Maybe will be less confusing
Yeah.
if it's a man and not a woman with her hair tied back and giant tits under a shirt.
But I think it got better and better as it went on. My
Yeah.
mom's like, I love Nosferatu. She's like, it's great, which is very sweet.
Yes.
And people like it, even though it is more story. We talked about this a lot on the vlog.
Yeah.
But even though it is like, it's more of a story with funny parts in it than it is a sketch.
Yeah.
And it's good to get like hear people be like, we really like that. We really
Yeah.
like Nosferatu. So
Yeah, because it's not like you're up there going like, that went really well. Like, I never walk off stage of Nosferatu with like the rush that you can get after like a sketch that really like gets a lot of energy, because it doesn't.
Yeah. Well, I think during the sketch I feel that way, and
Yeah.
then once we do the little like thing at the end,
That's
I do end being like, oh, because they always get like an applause.
That's
like, oh,
very true.
It's the first act of the show.
Yeah.
Of a television show is what it feels like.
Right.
And I think, you know, especially when we do all three beats, it's like more rewarding.
That's
and
true.
More of a story, but very fun that we are doing this thing that we've done a couple times now as just one sketch, but we wrote it as a runner to
Yeah.
do as like, there's these three parts. It's gonna be in every show. We did 2 shows in a row now that don't have a runner really, which
Yeah.
is insane for us.
It's true.
But
We love a
short
runner.
sets are hard to do that when we want to get variety in.
Yeah.
We could do the runner, but then it's like, well, then we put in 2 other sketches in.
Right.
Which was fun in DC, but fun to do more of the other new stuff at these other 2 shows.
It's been really fun.
Yeah, nice having Dan to hold our cue cards.
I know. After I like went to go to grab mine, and then I was like, oh wait, I don't have to.
Yeah, and I love that Dan. He did a good reaction where he's holding it low and then lifted it up higher, because it's like, oh, these people probably can't see it. Yeah. But also like waiting for that spotlight at the end of this sketch.
I know.
We're holding it for a while, and we're like, it's not happening. And I started doing this thing where I was like looking like over at the tech, not in a way of so it didn't look like we were like actually struggling, like, oh, what's happening, but letting the audience kind of in on like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt right in the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah. What else about Nosferatu?
I saw Katie's dance for the first time, and I thought it was really funny.
Yeah,
Thank
it always
you.
hits. It always hits.
It's really good.
There is so many things that, like, you know, I'm like, I don't want to roll my eyes in the back of my head every time I do rehearsal, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to be doing all that. But so it's always kind of fun to be like, all right, here we go.
Here we go.
We're doing it.
Yeah. There's always like a beat. It's like awesome dance move, and you go.
Yeah.
And it's.
Yeah, I haven't seen Nosferatu, so when I read the sketch and it was like Katie does a dance that's like this,
Yeah.
clicking on it,
You were not ready for that, huh?
wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah.
Is what it was gonna be.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that'll be fun.
Yeah?
I did hear
And it
something
was.
like, "Are you gonna suck me off, Warlock?" We were
Yeah.
like, "Oh."
I know.
Yeah.
Which I love. I
Yeah.
love to get a groan.
Yeah. Good little groan.
One thing that was nice, I was saying this off cam. One thing that was nice last night is I felt so like relaxed doing this show where I was like, I really know all my lines. I know exactly what I'm doing. And so like when we had watched back our, I guess Montreal, maybe I just like rushed some stuff in other shows, and it was nice to be like, I didn't have any nervous energy this show, so it was
Yeah.
just like cool. I didn't jump any laughs, I don't think. You know, it's like I felt like more relaxed and slow in a good way,
Yeah.
which was nice.
Absolutely.
Anything else about Nosferatu?
I think it had a slower start than it usually does, but felt great.
Yeah.
Felt
Yeah.
great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Intro and telepathy.
Intro and
Yeah.
telepathy.
Intro coming out after that, after having that nice little end of, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nosferatu, all of us together standing on stage, and then to come out, and we talked about this a lot last night, but the cold open, then boom, hey, we're a big old mess, and like such a big pop from the audience. They really,
So nice.
really like reacted well and got hype with us, and that was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
I really, really loved that moment.
And Dan's little walk and fall really worked.
Oh yeah, the best it ever has.
Yeah, I thought by far. I was
Yeah.
really like, whoa. And even like him doing the like, did it happen yet? Really worked.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Cam Wiley. Thank you, Cam.
Thanks, Cam.
Yeah.
Rutabaga really hit. Thanks,
Rutabaga
Cam.
did really hit. Yeah.
And Maddie made me laugh really hard during telepathy because of a thing that we found just like rehearsing with the mouth to mouth, and then going to Connor, and then going to Dan, and then going to me. Really funny.
Yeah.
That really, really worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody had such weird, because like the way we do it is like I go to Connor and he's like, no, and I go to Dan, he's like, no, and then I go to Katie, but Dan waited. He was kind of far away from me, and he waited for like just half an extra second of being like, whoa,
Yeah.
and it was so funny to me. I was like, stop me! You have to stop me!
Stop me!
Stop me!
And
He's
then-
like, mouth to mouth me.
Yeah. And then what you kept saying this in rehearsal, and I thought you were doing a bit. You're like, oh, and then I'm just gonna give Katie a peck on the lips.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is a joke.
Nope.
She
Like,
did
yeah,
it.
you don't do mouth to mouth. You just give Katie a kiss on the lips.
And then I go,
It gives me like a little light
Yeah.
kiss.
Yep.
Which did make me laugh.
Yeah.
Yep.
I knew, I was like, she is actually gonna do it. I could tell. I was
Yeah.
like,
I don't know. I didn't know how to do fake mouth to mouth anyway. Like I didn't know what the vision for that was, and I
Yeah.
had started doing it as a little tiny
kiss.
and I thought that was more fun for me.
then to go
Yeah,
on
but-
my mouth.
Yeah.
I loved, the moment, because they did, other than Dan's little, slip and fall, and us being like, oh, that's kind of clever, which the clever line did better here than it has too.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we are being like silly during the intro, but it did feel like the audience is like, okay, like they're gonna do the next sketch, and you're like, you guys ready for this next sketch?
Yeah.
Like, and then when it goes like, it's coming to you telepathically, and then the audience going like, oh,
They
fuck.
went, "Oh, no."
And then running out there.
Immediately sprinting at them.
Yeah, and just like every other show, there's some people that are like, oh,
Yeah,
why
you
are you
never
staring at me? Some people are like, yes, I see it, I see it, I see
Yeah.
it, I get it. People just like not knowing how to react in that
Yeah.
moment,
Yeah.
and that's great.
It's perfect.
It's
Yeah.
great. I do wonder, like, I love where it is in the show, and I don't want to move it, but there is a part of me that's like, down the line when we have a different intro thing, like if we do that like later in a show, like if people are going to be more ready for it in a way.
Yeah.
Not that they need to be, because it works the way it is, and I like the confusion of it.
Yeah.
And the chaos of that moment. Second sketch of the show after like a story.
Yeah,
kind of first
something
sketch.
so slow.
Yeah. But I love the chaos of that moment so much.
It's so fun.
Yeah, then we do the bits with mouth to mouth. Then we do the defibrillator. Oh, before we got there, when you were like, Katie, who did it? And you pointed at Sid in the front row. And like the last few times we've done it, where Katie points out a guy, and it's very easy to be like, okay, we're just gonna yell at this guy.
Yeah.
This small woman in the front row points at him like, I'm about to yell at you. But we kind of like, knew her a bit already, so like, yeah, she'll be a good sport.
Yeah, I
and
talked
she
to
was.
her the night before, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we're friends.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna pick on her because I know
Yeah.
she'll be into it. I think.
Yeah, and she was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we do the defibrillator bit, and like with Dan there was fun for Maddie and I to plug it into his butt.
Yeah.
That really got a nice little laugh, and he's like, oh!
Yeah, he's so good at that. That was a good Dan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not working.
Not working. I do, yeah. I was thinking about it that when Katie starts to die, I should have said Connor and Dan. Look,
Oh, yeah, you just went,
but instead
"Connor!"
I'm just like, Connor!
Oh yeah.
You're in charge! Go get her!
Oh no.
Connor, Katie's down.
Katie's died! Oh, hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan's like,
It was nice. I think this was like the deepest into the audience I was, because it was like a shorter room and
Yeah.
a short,
Yeah.
wide room compared to like the last two. Well, the DC room was hard to get far into the way
Yeah.
it was, and then Montreal was very like long, and I just didn't get that far back. But I immediately like went on the left side and got like pretty far into the back row. I was like in the back row when you're like, Connor, you gotta come get us. I had to come like from the back to the
That's
front, which
fun.
was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, then, you know, we spring up, we get them to laugh, and the video plays, and the video works
yeah,
well.
Yeah, that
like,
was really fun to do full out.
yeah.
and to have my dad's face pop up and someone comes after him and he's like, I saw you in there.
I saw you.
My
in
dad's just
there.
part of every show at this
I
point.
know.
We told the vlog that my parents surprised me, right? We did that?
I think so. Did
must
we?
have.
did.
I filmed the moment.
Oh, right. Okay.
So Connor's, if we didn't talk
I
about
think we
that
did.
happening, okay,
But my parents surprised me and Katie was in on it.
that's right.
But we probably talked about that.
Probably.
And you probably saw a video of it, so.
You saw them there.
Yeah. And that's probably a different video, so go back and watch that video.
If you don't know what we're talking about, click the link.
Yeah.
Click the link.
Click the link.
Click the link. Watch this big surprise.
Yeah. Starting to rain a little bit. Just light pitter patter on the windshield right now.
Aw.
Big crispy strips.
I know.
Yeah, McDonald's. Yeah, video was getting some chuckles as it's wont to do.
Yes.
And then we do Heaven, and I got to be Lance.
Yes.
Yeah.
And right away you go out there, you're dancing. We heard woos. People
Yeah.
were wooing and cheering and laughing.
It was fun. It is longer than you think it is to the chorus, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
I know.
I just gotta go.
I was like, you gotta be out there jamming.
But Heaven, we talked about this a lot too last night. The best that the lines have ever done. Like,
Yeah.
like a lot of the jokes in the dialogue hit
Yes.
last night. more than they have in the past. It's the first time we did alter it a little bit too. The first time we did it that way.
Which I think really worked.
Yeah, like the Twizzler line we talked about, like how just going physical there instead of trying to do a joke and doing a physical joke, and that was fun. And pretending to joke a little bit was just like, I did it
so well.
Yeah,
I was like, you know, he might have actually got himself.
I know, you really got
it. It was just like, I took a couple, like I went, you know, like some of this, and then, like had some in my mouth, and I was like, I think I'm gonna pretend to choke now.
It was the right thing to do.
And it worked.
Yeah, it was really funny. And then it hits so hard to be like, see, he's just like
you.
No, I love that.
He's just like, it was such a fucked up thing to say after that.
That was so funny. Like, the weirder that moment is, it makes that line so much better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I was also like, I'm gonna wait until he does something really worth it.
And I think when we do it again, it's just like, Dan, take a while, be super weird, and then that'll just make that line even stronger.
Yeah.
Which is something I learned from that moment in the show.
Yeah. Yeah, that, I really liked being in that sketch. It was a very good time for me. Just having my whole afterlife ruined. Really top to bottom.
And that was the first time that I ever yelled at Maddie in that scene. I do it soft in rehearsal, and the genuine look of shock in her eyes when I yelled at her was awesome. It was so fun.
Which is just like, that's another moment that we just like talked about in rehearsal. It's like, what if you just kind of yell here, Katie? And then Maddie's like, wasn't there for that, so she doesn't know that that's coming when the real show happens. And, hey!
Just so intense.
You don't know you, we know you. And that,
she was like,
and the line, people loved it. Like, what do you mean we know you?
Well, Katie your character is doing this fake sweet thing, or this, like, you're so ooey gooey the whole time. You're like, oh my god, we love Lance.
Yeah.
So good. And I'm like, no, you're being a bitch. And you're like, hey.
And then that's kind of when you start to be like, hold on.
Well, you call the heaven that she created hell. That's
like,
like,
I'm the bad guy.
Well, it's like, whoa.
She's like, hey, I know about hell, I'm about to go there, you bitch.
Got to say random horror, which was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
I love that moment. Another moment we find in rehearsal. Like, there's so many, every sketch has so many that are just like, and that. And it's, you know, I think when we, like, early on when we were really finding that kind of stuff years ago, it was like, oh, nice. And now it's like so integral in the process.
I would say part of the baked in.
It's like we need to improvise moments into these sketches, because it's just like part of how we are. And those moments typically are pull to Dan. They typically are improvised. So therefore, like, each time we might like change them a little bit, or just like accent different parts and whatnot, and each time they're different. And I've said this before, and it's kind of a bit, but it's kind of true, how like of sketch comedy, we are like a jam band. You might see the same sketch or a similar set to a previous show, but it's gonna feel totally different than the other time.
That's right.
And I say that in jest, but I mean it wholeheartedly.
Speaking of that, we talked about this last night, but I also slightly altered my line about Jesus, and it really worked, and I'm kind of like...
It was something like, he won't do that anymore.
He won't do that anymore.
It was,
which
like,
is barely a change, but it felt like it really worked.
Instead of he doesn't, like, won't just implies someone's been asking.
Right, exactly.
And he used to be like, alright. But now he's like, no,
he won't do it anymore.
And it was the tone, because before it was kind of like that. I was like, he doesn't do it anymore. We're upset. It was like, no, he won't do that anymore. More stern. I think that, like, of course the won't does a lot there, but like the how you said it. was
Yeah.
like,
It's like, oh, something happened.
Yeah.
It really implied like there was an incident.
yeah, or he's pissed about it, or you have
Yes.
an incident or something.
Yeah.
It gives Christ a little bit more backstory than what you can get from the Bible.
That's right.
No, but I think we did really well with just the pacing on that one too, and because there's a lot of moments of just like, okay, now we're just gonna stand here and watch Lance for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Which is nice.
It's like a 5.5 minute sketch, so it's kind of long, and yeah, the pacing is key there.
Yeah. We're back.
We're back.
Back.
God, we're so back.
We are. Oh God, we're so back.
So back.
Yeah, good old heaven.
Yeah.
Heaven.
Anything else to say about heaven?
It was nice going backstage and changing. So this is when I really felt the relaxing that you were talking about, Katie. As that ends, and you guys are pretty much ready to do short form, which is next. And I'm like, oh, I got a bit more change to do.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, I'm moving fast, but I'm not like rushing. I'm just like, I feel good. I feel like we're not. I don't know. We're not in a huge rush. I know where we are in the show. I feel good about it. The show is going super well at this point, which implies that it doesn't at some point. But no.
At this point, the show is still going well.
Spoiler: the whole show is good.
Yeah.
It's just like we always say.
Yeah.
Because it's always true, baby.
That's right.
Go see a Big Ol' Mess show if you haven't.
Yeah. Someone who religiously watches these vlogs but won't come see us.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
I've
just
never
love the
seen a show. I
process.
don't know what this is.
But I was just changing, and you guys were kind of. I looked over you guys already, and I'm slowly changing. Not slowly. I'm moving quickly, but and I hear the Lance Heaven song happening, and like
Best
people,
that's ever done.
Yeah, people really like hearing it, and
Which I had never heard either, and I was like, that's fun. Like, it took me a while to, I was
we'll
like,
play the whole thing.
Connor's-
Yeah, we'll listen to it after this.
Yeah, listen
So
to.
Connor found some weird song, and I go, oh no, he's talking about the skit.
Yeah.
Connor's voice.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it was the first time I saw the video and stuff too, so.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, I got to kind of watch the show I was in.
That's
I had a
right.
great
You're like,
time.
oh.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, and it was just that was just like, yay, people are paying attention to
Yeah.
this. They know that, like, they hear this song and they're like, oh, it's just the Blackout song, and then they're like, his name is Lance. Like,
Yeah.
wait,
His name was Lance.
Yeah, wait, oh, this is about the sketch. Yeah, very fun. Which is like what we're doing now. All of our shit, for the most part, are original songs,
That's
baby. Which you don't get that.
That's right.
You don't get that.
That's right.
I'm just like, we're doing something good.
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
Yeah. It is,
yeah.
and I do, Connor, I like how you write comedic music. Like, it's always good enough that it's still a good song. Like,
Yes.
you're never, like, phoning in that part of it, which I think is really important.
Thank you.
And you really nail a silly little voice.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we're doing something special. I'm not gonna cry like I did last night at the bar about how wonderful this thing we're doing is, but
That's so sweet.
I was really like, getting emotional.
It's so sweet.
Which I don't think I've cried about Big Ol' Mess before, so that was nice.
Aw, that's really nice.
Then we did short form. So
yes.
it's the first time we've done a sketch from last year or previous year's shows on this little run of shows and tour of shows. And you know, it is interesting doing that while also doing the intro of like us coming out being, hey.
Yeah.
But we do it again, we come out, hey, and again, big pop from the audience, but then very quickly we go like, we are Austin's #1 short form,
Yeah, they
improv
love such a good
comedy.
laugh.
They were so excited.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
right away really get it.
Yeah, like, oh.
They're like, okay, cool, we know what you're doing.
Yeah. And that was great. Yeah, let's talk about short form. Let's talk about short form.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. It was the first time I'd run it with an audience, and I don't know, I think it went really well. I don't know, I felt really good about it. The line when Connor said, "I love being on a team with women,"
Yeah.
we just left a big old laugh gap there.
Yeah,
They laughed
good.
really hard at it, and then it like trickled down and came back.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Yeah.
The
And
longer
Maddie and
we-
I both were kind of like, oh,
Yeah, you
know,
kind of
like,
like,
have a reaction.
you go from like really smiling to like kind of letting the light out of your
Yeah,
eyes.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm just like trying to force a smile, and so the audience like laughs at the line,
Yep.
and then they take moments of looking at each person's
face,
face,
yeah.
and like then those laughs like come back, and they just bounce
Oh.
up and down. Yeah.
And Dan really made me laugh when you did the tickle fight and he just screamed. I was
Yeah,
You really
screamed.
surprised me and it really made me
That
laugh.
really made me laugh, and I was like, thank God this is a sketch where we're laughing. Like,
It killed me. I was so surprised.
Yeah, short form just etching itself in our history a little bit more. I
Yeah.
really love that bit
Yeah.
sketch thing. And one of the best it's done. I think it did really,
Yeah.
really well.
You did something so funny during the Herbert Hoover. I was backstage and it made me laugh out
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah.
Was it
Big.
because when I did the spoon feed line, because it goes so general, more specific, and then
Yes.
you have the question that's like, this one has the answer in it.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
like, you're a president? Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
President who built the Hoover Dam, and someone went, FDR! So I just turned back to Connor and I was like, do you want to be FDR?
It's like that's the wrong answer.
It was
And
so
that got a
Yeah.
nice laugh.
Yeah,
And
it was
then,
so funny.
Dan was doing similar responses that I was doing of like giving reasons as to why, and then when we were getting Maddie's get, every single time she was like no, and that was such a fun
It was really
way
fun.
to like heighten to just no. Yeah,
It's really fun.
that was great. Yeah, and then I think it ended the way it pretty much always ends with, we go crazy when you get it right, and then we go off stage, and
Yeah.
it's great. Yeah, very, very happy with. I'm very glad we did short form. It's been a while. I miss it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we did it. It made me go like, oh, there are some sketches we bring back from time to time, but also I love all these new ones so much.
I know.
I mean, it was nice for me to do it. One, because I've seen it, so
Yeah.
I knew what it was like, and I like improvising. So
Yeah.
I'm just glad that you built stuff into the show, because
Yes.
that's very trusting.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah.
bring this lady who's not on our team, and we're gonna kind of let her go.
Yeah.
It's very sweet. And
Of
lovely.
course.
Yeah. Well, easy choice.
Easy.
But yeah, I mean that one, you kind of touched on this, Maddie. It's so fun to play that with an audience because you can't rehearse,
Yeah.
like you can't fully rehearse it the way it's going to be played, and also not even for like the gets and that part of it, but just like every little moment of us being like, we're a wacky improv team on stage together.
Yeah.
Like we do that in rehearsal, but
It's so big.
We go from like a 8 in rehearsal to a 16 or a
Absolutely.
17 out of 10. Like
Yeah.
we go so far on the short form giddy energy
Yes.
that, and then it's just gonna be moments where we feel like moved to be these dorks in
Yeah.
front of
Yeah.
the audience, especially if they're liking it. If they like a little dumb thing we're doing, like okay, let's hammer that a little bit. Let's really rock that,
Yeah.
which is that's us. That's what we do.
That's us.
So yeah, great job short form.
Great job, short form.
Great job short
Great job, short
form. Then this is where the ball drops.
Or, well, could have dropped a little harder.
Yeah. So we're getting ready for bingo, which was our longest changeover for sure.
Yeah.
And getting ready. It's taking a bit of time. We're on stage with everything, mostly, and then we're in the middle, and then the lights come up. And again, we probably could have communicated better with Tucker of like what this looks like at the beginning.
Yeah.
So nothing really against them. It was just
No,
like
yeah.
anal eagle.
Anal eagle. No context.
No context,
We
don't
gave the
explain it.
context. We gave the context.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh, right.
So people
I
are
remember.
on board. And not gonna have to be.
And if you don't know what we were talking about, go back and watch day 1.
Yeah. But
Oh yeah, but the lights come up. I'm over on the other side of the stage grabbing a mic.
Yeah.
Dan is going off stage to grab bingo balls.
Yeah.
I think you're sitting and Katie's
No,
sitting.
I'm
And I
sitting.
wasn't sitting yet because I realized Dan didn't have a bingo marker. So Dan and I both kind of got up to go get him a bingo marker at the same time. And then the lights came up and Dan and I just like sat down.
Yeah, and we just like rushed over and we're like, okay.
We're like, okay.
and immediately the bingo cage is like wonky.
Yeah.
Right? So it's we secured it together a different way this time, and it was like held together fine, but things were still like the stand of it was like moving around, and I had it flipped around.
Oh,
So instead of the balls dropping in front of me, they drop on the far side of the cage. So I'm like reaching around. People are giggling because the cage is kind of screwing up already.
Yeah.
But it's not fully breaking, which is good. And then, you know, we get to the last one where the cage breaks and it doesn't really break. And I'm like trying to screw with it, but like what it ended up looking like to the audience, I think, is like, oh, something's wrong with the cage, and he's like kind of stuck with it and like figuring it out. And eventually I finally get this one piece to break off.
Yeah.
And then a couple balls come out, and then I find a way when I'm screwing with it, just like have them like waterfall out.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, it's like, phew, we can do the sketch.
Yeah.
But there was
it was stressful.
a 15-second period of like, is this gonna happen?
I know.
How to figure this out? But like going into it, we were really struggling with the cage. Dan and I were trying to assemble it before the show, and we kind of got to a point where we're like, well, we need it to stay together. Let's make it stay together. And we're gonna figure out and improvise how this breaks somehow, some way. And so we knew that going into it, but we didn't know obviously what that would look like. Eventually, like, we got it to the balls to go around, and then full speed ahead, super fun. I got to be bingo boy.
Yeah.
Diving around, going to the audience, and we're like under someone's chair for a little bit. People are like, stop. Maybe they didn't say stop, but like maybe they. Like the one thing about it, how they break, is they didn't scatter all over the theater as much, so I didn't really have to go in the audience that much, which I think is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing that. I collect them and then come back and I'm doing the counting bit, and that really works.
Yeah, that was great.
Which that's just a Dan. It's a Dan move.
Yep.
100%. Saw Dan do that when he's done it, and I'm like, cool. I'll steal that when I do it, of course. It's such a funny thing. Like there's some on the ground, there's some in the cage, and it's like to know exactly the number of balls.
So funny.
So insane.
Especially when, I mean, if you know anything about bingo, it's so obviously not all of them. And you're like, there's just one.
Yeah. And then going, through to Katie, and I'm like immediately like, okay, I see the baby.
Yeah.
And I see where everything is hidden. And I don't know if you noticed, I took the bingo ball out and just sat it on your lap behind.
I didn't actually know that you did that, but I knew that you must have done something.
Yeah, so I took the ball out and just put it like behind the baby, just sitting on your lap as the ball the whole time. Like, don't move, Katie, don't move. So throw the panties.
Perfect shot.
And you did such a good job of just like pulling them out and really making it clear like these are panties.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, hey, that gets such a good reaction.
Yeah, so and I don't see what happens after I throw them. So I throw them up, and then what happens?
Yeah.
So he throws panties, beautiful shot, which we never practiced the throws.
Nope.
And I was kind of like, yeah, it's funny if I catch it, it's funny if I don't. Like, who cares? It'll be hit or miss. They're all different weights and sizes and air, but every single one did great. So panties went. I just grabbed him and was like, ooh, and then he grabbed the tampon next, and I had this thought that I was like, man, it'd be nuts if I could catch that in my mouth. But there's just no world that he throws it like that. And I didn't fully, but he threw it behind him, and it did hit me in the mouth.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I could tell it wasn't, if it was gonna be straight in and I could have closed on it, I would have.
Yeah.
But I'm just not. Honestly, it's a skill issue on my part. So I just started going like,
it was so funny. I'm sitting there, I'm staring at Maddie, and I just see her go. like and then like touch of the tongue, and then just like, and it was so funny. I laughed so
you giggling as I'm under your skirt. I just hear Katie laughing.
It made me.
And I think it's about me, but it was about Maddie.
One time, the third time you went, I laughed about you being there.
Yes. And then throw the baby. Maddie catched the baby.
Threw the baby. Baby went great. Truly incredible athleticism.
Yeah, that one better to catch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at that point, it'd been well established that the throws were going great.
Yeah.
And then.
Ooh, it might have been funny to drop.
Yeah.
Hindsight, now that I'm thinking about it.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
But there's something so cute about being like, oh,
Like, oh,
yeah.
the baby
it's so
now.
cute.
Yeah, it's nice to be sweet to the baby.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
The baby.
The baby.
And then the bingo ball, and you know, it's like, oh, that's what. He got the thing he was searching for, and then to like go over and like realize that this thing we added up, Dan having the bingo ball in his mouth.
Yeah.
And going over to him, and he's like,
Yeah.
And then getting that was a nice little like addition to the sketch.
Yeah.
I got to do my collect a bunch in stage fall, which was fun.
I also didn't remember was gonna happen. And
Well, maybe that's why my knee hurts.
maybe.
Bruise in the knee.
Yeah, that also broke me. The sound of those fucking balls hitting the ground
Yeah,
is so funny.
yeah.
It's so good.
Like, even just while we were in the hotel room and you guys were working on the bingo cage, occasionally it would break and they would all land on the floor, and Katie and I would just be like,
funny.
Yeah, it was stressful but hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah, we would laugh every single time it happened, and Dan was like, "See, it's good.
Yeah.
It's a good bit."
it's like the only you guys are so stressed out, about this cage, but every
Yeah.
time it breaks, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then collect them all. Give the ball to Maddie, and combined. Oh dang it!
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. It was good.
And then huge pop at the end of the show. Anything else on bingo?
That's what I was just thinking about. I was trying to think if
Kinda
we
went through
missed
everything,
anything, but I think we did it, yeah.
Someone did say afterwards, like, I could have watched bingo for 5 minutes longer, or so much longer. The guy
that's
Kyle
sweet.
Romero who did improv.
Oh, yeah.
Bingo did great. Then just a nice pop at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Very nice, big ol' applause. From wonderful people.
It's so sweet.
Yeah, and it was a really good crowd, especially because it was really hot in the theater by the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, putting on a blazer for bingo was an uncomfortable experience.
Yeah. Imagine crawling around on the ground during.
Yeah.
God. And just looking around at everyone and just seeing like sweat on all our faces. We're just like, woo!
Very, very hot in there.
But I think that honestly, I would give the show like extra points because it's really hard to laugh in a hot room.
Yeah.
Like, your body starts to hibernate and you get sleepy.
Yeah,
like, I've been
totally.
to shows where I'm hot and I'm like, this is good, but I'm bad.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right. Exactly.
So the fact that it went that well and they were that energetic in kind of a hot room is really, really cool.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multiple people after the show, just random people saying great show and stuff.
Yeah,
It was so nice.
that was
The
really
performers,
nice.
You know, good to see it. Really liked it, and
Yeah, and it was so fun, and I'm so grateful that you guys let me do your very special thing with you, and
we're happy to have you.
that we got to spend truly 800 hours together straight. And on the end of it, I still like you guys.
Absolutely.
What a blessing.
You know what? Even
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, even more.
Even more, yeah.
Yeah, we're at almost 1,300 miles of driving at this point. We will be around 1,800, I think, when it's done, or let's see, 1,900 it looks like. 1,850, and countless hot walks through Austin.
Yeah, which we all liked.
Oh, yes.
We all liked it.
We all liked
Which was
the
funny, because we were walking 10 minutes from the hotel and back, and then we were talking to people being like, what food do you like around here? And they were like, walkable? Nothing. Nothing's walkable right now.
Yeah, they're like, we don't do that. And we're like, well,
we're actually walking everywhere.
God, and yesterday we had so many times that like, each of us would have to go back to the hotel room. Like, I left my phone, Dan didn't have a bell, we left our Nosferatu props. You know, yesterday was really a mess.
I felt really bad yesterday.
Yeah.
But we figured it out.
We figured it out.
We still did a good thing.
Yeah.
And then felt fine at night.
Yeah.
Because isn't that the way?
I know. Always.
Yeah. And we just went to a bar and had a nice little debrief and Cheryl was there.
Yeah, Cheryl sat front row.
Our host who we told you about.
Our host.
If you haven't, go let's change the video.
Yeah, if you don't remember what happened with Cheryl, you can go back and watch the video. But, yeah, she came, sat front row.
Came, bought a ticket to the wrong show.
Bought a ticket to the wrong show, but they let her in anyway. Ooh, my leg just felt like, and you know, she bought us all lots of beers.
I know. She bought me, I just bought a beer, and then she's like, I'll buy you a beer, you can double fist. And then we went in to do the improv show, and so they had like this improv show that we did, and then, so I put both beers down to do the show, and then that show ends, I'm finishing the first beer, I finish it, I start drinking the second beer, just started, like it was a bottle of Heineken, and didn't even get past like the mouth, the skinny part, to the bottom, or it just got past that, and she's like, okay, I'm getting another round of beers, do you want one? And she's like, you want another Heineken? I'm like, no, I still got this one to go. And we look over the bar, and she's buying a Heineken.
It was so funny.
Girl. Girl.
It's
She's a trip. She's very sweet, very nice.
Very sweet.
A tornado.
Oh yeah. She's picking me up and shit. I was like, Cheryl?
Yeah. And you were like, no.
I was like, don't do this. You're 5'2" and 105 pounds. Please
brown
don't.
Brown hair, brown eyes. And then she gets an Uber home.
Yeah. Oh my God, this was so funny.
And she's like, I hope the Uber isn't talkative or whatever. I hope the driver's not talkative. And then she goes and sits in the front seat of the Uber. You can see the guy like moving stuff around. Like, I wasn't expecting
her alone in this Uber and she gets in the front.
It was so funny. Oh, I hope he's not a talker. Hey!
Hope he's not a talker because, honey, I am.
I have things to say.
It was so funny. She's like, I'm just not in the mood to talk. Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, God, I love that woman.
It's so good.
And we went to this dive bar afterwards and chatted, kind of did, some happy talks about the show and everything. And we sat underneath this poster of Paris Hilton, a bunch of Parises on it, and said, Our Lord and Savior, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
we got followed by a man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I forgot about this.
Very briefly, but our boys were so brave, and Katie and I did not do anything.
Oh no, I stayed so quiet.
I was so quiet.
It was just kind of a misunderstanding. There was just like a guy, and he was like, hey, do you have a lighter? And Connor was like, no. And then the guy was like, no, a lighter. And then Connor was like, no, we don't have a light. I don't have a lighter. And then he like kind of is following us a little bit, and the boys. I know he did. He and some other things. I like heard him kind of get angry and like say some cuss words. Yeah. And then we're kind of going, and then Dan and Connor are like, hey, let's like cut through this. He's like following us, and then Dan finally just goes, hey man, can you just leave us alone? And then the guy's like, no, do you have a cigarette lighter? And then Dan's like, no, we don't have a cigarette lighter. And then the guy was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then he was kind of like embarrassed, and it was all fine.
Yeah.
But it was a little bit scary.
He was unwell, and it was he was just kind of unpredictable.
Yeah.
So it was a little like
and you could tell he felt bad at the end. He was like, I didn't mean to scare you, but Go ahead.
No, it doesn't work now. Subscribe below. Cut this.
Okay.